Ooh, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sam B right here with the Tune Up Show. I'm back, baby. I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back. Man, I miss this stuff, man. You know, this is what happened when you gotta work so much and you're away from your passion for so long. For so long, it almost make you go a little crazy. But anyway, this is what's going to happen. So as you saw the thumbnail, who's the better mentor? The late Kevin Samuels or Andrew Tate? And there's a reason why I'm bringing Andrew Tate to the table once again. I've done plenty of old videos on him, and those videos have reached into the hundreds. It's not a thing for me to be shadow banned, honestly. So what am I talking about here? I've always challenged Andrew Tate's his intentions for young men. Okay? I'm on record saying that I believe Andrew Tate is not for the average man. Andrew Tate is a person, influencer, that wants to create some type of Jesus Christ followership. He wants to turn young men into him. Now, we all have to ask ourselves, now, just set aside the whole LGBT thing, and we're not talking about that because that's something else. That's on another level. That's on a spiritual level. We can't deal with that right now. So what we can deal with is that we could deal with young men. We could deal with how do we want young men to be represented in this age. And so now I put up Andrew Tate against the late Kevin Samuels. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into how he died or what happened, conspiracy. I'm not getting into that. I'm basically saying what could we talk about as far as Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels being mentors to young men? Okay? Me personally, I align myself with what Kevin Samuels says because Kevin Samuels, he was more into young men becoming men to marry young women or women that will be submissive and catering to what that man is trying to do in life. What Andrew Tate was teaching, he was teaching young men to pretty much chastise women into just doing what they say regardless. And that is my problem with Red Pill. Okay? Red Pill community are taking men that were once simps and trying to turn them into these super soldiers. Okay? and that's not it. That's not the case. And Andrew Tate himself, in this BBC News interview, he is going to retract everything he's been saying for the past 2-3 years. Okay? Now, like I said, I like his approach. I do believe that young men need to be more aggressive in life. I do believe that young men need not to be simps. They need not to be catering to a woman's ego because a woman's ego is chaotic. Okay? I do agree with that in that sense, but there is a way around it. All right? So with this, I'm just going to start off with Andrew Tate in this BBC interview because I've done plenty of videos on Andrew Tate. Okay? So, and his words, everything about him, from the whole Cam Girl website that he started, that he owns, and he's basically denouncing everything that he did and saying that he didn't do it. which we all know he did because I've done videos on him saying it. Unless it wasn't him and he's got a doppelganger. Look, I'm not a hater. I'm not somebody that doesn't hate or like or dislike anybody. I'm after the truth. And how do you expect to raise young men these days without being somewhat of a truth teller? Andrew, so let's do it.
A nice person.
The BBC has spoken to somebody since your arrest who says exactly those things, that with you it's all manipulation, there's an ulterior motive to everything you do.
Is this Sophie? Oh, it's Sophie, the fake name, no face. No,
I was so intent on wanting to please him and wanting him to be happy that I was just kind of, yeah, okay, do whatever you want.
And what is she accused? Has she accused me of a crime, this imaginary Sophie?
She's making the point that there is
she accused me of a crime?
Emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question, and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here, because I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you the questions.
Correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No. We're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as Legacy Media, giving you relevance by speaking to you. And I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The BBC did not invent her.
Of course not. And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here? What is she saying?
We're talking about...
So right there, he literally just disowned the red pill community by saying that him and this woman were equal. Of course, in the context that he's talking about is that we're equal as far as two human beings talking together. Okay, so and for some reason I didn't see a lot of people talking about this and all. But like I said, who's the better mentor? Because it seems though when Kevin Samuels died, we got a lot of people that came out of the woodworks sounding like Kevin Samuels. Okay, Andrew Tate is at the front line. Red Pill, they scurried to the front line and say, "Hey, we'll represent men." But hey, let's continue.
Emotional manipulation into the sex industry for your financial gain.
Absolute garbage.
I'm describing women who...
No, bro, it's not garbage. It's not garbage. And look, and a lot of people gonna be in the comments. I don't really care. Because see, somebody like Andrew Tate, I truly believe he's cap. He runs game. He's a game runner. Okay? It's not about hate. It's not about me thinking that, you know, whatever. I don't know how Andrew Tate fans are, but the way it's being said over the internet is that people that love Andrew Tate, they just love the fashion and the presentation of his truth. Okay? Those are his only fans. All right? We're going to finish this out.
Are going to court to accuse you of rape and human
trafficking. Sophie hasn't gone to court. Sophie doesn't exist.
I'm describing women who have spoken to the BBC at length.
Sophie doesn't exist.
And other media organisations about what they say is emotional manipulation and coercion. And I'm quoting back to you your own words where you describe...
They're not my words.
...coercion and emotional manipulation.
They're words you found on the internet, and Sophie doesn't exist.
On your
website,
so let's
move on to the next subject.
In your voice.
Move on to the next subject.
No, I think I'll stick on this one for a minute. So there's other places in that same website where you say you...
And see, they got the right one to interview him. They got this plain Jane looking woman. She appears to not be wearing any makeup. She's looking the most unattractive. See, he's met his match with this BBC because BBC, America aligns themselves with England, with Great Britain. Okay? So Great Britain, they are the they are the masters of trolling countries. Okay? So they picked the right kind of woman. They dialed her down. Okay? They made sure like, yeah, I know you don't find me attractive, so I'm about to get up all up in your grill. Now, mind you, I am not here to promote feminism. I am not here to promote any kind of empowerment towards females that denigrates and diminish the manly principle. That is not what this video is about. I am talking to young men and boys that Andrew Tate, in my opinion, is cap. This man is on record praying, and it's not praying, but praying, preying, on weaker men. Okay? He is on record doing this and calling weak men losers and making money off of them. This man is not a role model, and not because of what he has or hasn't done with women, because let's not get it twisted. All women have a price. Okay? And if you're not paying up front, you're paying for it later. All right? So let's not get it twisted. Let's not try to act like, we don't know what's going on. But somebody like Andrew Tate needed to be grilled like this. Maybe not by this woman, but he needed to be grilled like this by another man. Okay? This is the only thing I disagree about this interview. He needed to be grilled by another man. Probably me. But let's continue.
Get girls to fall in love with you, and they do it because they love you, because they want to do what you say. Convincing women to take part in some kind of business arrangement doesn't work long term because they're emotional. You've got to get them to fall in love with you. That's coercion. That's emotional manipulation. That's abuse.
What you've found are clips from the internet, some text from the internet, and you're going to sit here and tell me that that's the reason I should be
your website, your words.
It's not my website.
Yes, it is.
It is your website, bro, because I already did a video about it. You're calling yourself a lord. You're calling yourself the Lord of all weak men. This is something that you did. Now, this is just recapping off of what he was saying to, to his followers. Okay? I mean, this guy has a war room at the same time. He has a war room where he charges men $5,000 just to be in the same digital space as he's in. And he's probably not even there. You guys are probably talking to his subordinates, and he's probably off somewhere just diddly-daddling. Okay? And I say it again. I'm not no hater. Okay? Andrew Tate is operating on a level that over 99% of men in this world will never reach because of what he made his millions off of. He made his millions off of vices. He made his millions off of weak men. Okay? So now he's trying to bow face from that rhetoric and trying to turn around and say, okay, well, now I want to do this now. I want to build up the same men that I put down. Andrew, it doesn't work like that. I truly believe you are cap.
No, it's not. Check my website. Next.
It's the website you've taken down, and I wonder why those comments have been taken down.
No website's been taken down. My website is the same, and it's been the same for a very long time. You are accusing me, I'm guessing, what you're trying to say is you're accusing me, and you're trying to say that I'm guilty of the things I'm accused of, and that I'm emotionally manipulating people.
I'm saying that you have said you emotionally manipulated people here for your own financial gain.
No, absolutely not.
It's not only about the criminal allegations. It's a much bigger issue. You've got children's organisations in the UK, you've got rape organisations in the UK, you've got the police naming you by name as someone who has a harmful influence on children and on women in the UK and elsewhere because of the things you say, because of the way you present gender relations, the way you say men should treat women.
That's very upsetting. And the reason that's very upsetting is because I know that's not true. I'm genuinely a good person. I believe my impact on the world is positive.
The reason we're asking you about these comments.
Well, it's positive now. And he should have really saw this coming. And all I'm saying is this, and I'm going to post up this whole interview on it, but I want to get to Kevin Samuels. Okay? I want to get to Kevin Samuels because I've done plenty of videos on Andrew Tate. And you got a lot of people that want to be in that Andrew Tate camp. Andrew Tate doesn't have a lot of detractors because there are women out here that have no problem being treated like crap. Okay? And you have men out here that don't mind listening to Andrew Tate teaching them how to treat women like crap. Now, let me say this. Now, do all women deserve this kind of behavior? No, and no. How do you know? Because you had to vet a woman. This is something that Andrew Tate does not teach. He does not teach this. He does not teach men to vet a woman. Okay? Now, how do you vet a woman? A woman to marry, a woman that's this, a woman that's that, a woman that's not a gold digger, a woman that's not of the streets. How do you vet that, Andrew Tate? No, Andrew Tate, you don't have a video for that because you're busy making money off of weak men, and now you're trying to turn those weak men into you, subordinates of you. I do not take part in men that speak like this. I do not listen to men that speak like this because these men like Andrew Tate, they are not here to help the average man. He's trying to make the average man like him. Now, if you look through my videos, I got plenty of videos out there that proves what I'm saying. Okay? Now, we're going to go to Kevin Samuels and one of his not so famous videos, the late Kevin Samuels. And we're going to listen to how he talks to young men. This is the one video that had the less amount of views out of everything. So let's get into it.
Asking, when was the last time you had a woman that claimed you as her boyfriend? Y'all went out in public to the movies and dinner and things like that, and she said, "This is my man."
That's the thing. I have experienced that, but I ain't never actually been called that. Not seriously, but they be playing.
Okay. So you've never had a relationship. All right. So
not technically, but I have been with movies.
Okay. Look, no heat, no judgment, but I got to get to the basics. If you want me to help you, I got to get to what I need to. So you've had sex, though. Have you ever used a prostitute?
No, it be women I know. I have got to know her, individually.
All right. So
I've done it too.
Right. But when you have sex, normally when you have sex, how does it happen? So, because it does not happen in the context of a short-term or long-term relationship like most people. That's how most guys have sex. So how do you have sex? Is it with a prostitute or was it just a hookup?
For example, I might see a woman at the store, or I might be at a Walmart and I might get a number. I might talk, and then I might go to her house or whatever, and that's how it happened.
Chief, I just asked, is it a prostitute or is it a hookup? So that sounds like some sort of hookup, Netflix and chill, right?
Yeah.
All right. What I'm getting from you is you're not a very clear communicator. Okay?
All right.
And there's only so far you're going to have with women when you're not a clear communicator. You're 34 years old to never have a relationship is abnormal. It's not the norm. There's something off with the way you talk to women. I mean, if you can talk to a woman and meet her at a grocery store and y'all can eventually have sex, what happens after y'all have sex? Do you ever go anywhere with these women?
I have.
Let me put it
That's
this
the
way: do the women, after you have sex with women, who ends the interaction? Is it the women ghosting you, or you leaving them? Be honest. Women
I
leave you.
don't.
Women leave you.
I'm.
Women leave you, brother. Women leave you. I know it. You know it. Everybody in the chat room know it. So the guy who can get casual sex can't maintain it. That means there's a problem with the way you relate to people. And that can be addressed. You need to actually work with somebody to get through whatever your issues are in your head and then start becoming a more effective communicator. Because you're not a virgin. You can have sex, but you can't keep it. That's why you can't get a woman. Because in order to keep a woman interested, you got to be interesting. You understand?
So yeah, so that's how Kevin Samuels used to talk to men. Now, in this particular show, this episode, he's talking to beta males and incels. Okay? So we all know what an incel is, or at least we can assume that we know what an incel is. An incel is a man or a woman, most likely in this case, a man that is involuntarily celibate. That means that he would like to meet women, he would like to have sex with women, but for some reason in the universe, he feels though, this particular male feels though that he cannot have sex with women. The universe is somehow holding him back. Now, so I just wanted to say that and put it out there like that because I was trying to look for the clip that I had of Andrew Tate and how he talked to men and how it was. So I can't find that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revert back to my own channel and bring the video up because he did take it down. He did. His followers, whoever it is, they took it down about what he was saying about men. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. And this is what that BBC reporter was saying. Okay? Now, I'm only talking about this through to men. All right? I'm only talking about this through to men. Andrew Tate fans, that this man is lying on air. Okay? Because you can't find the clips where he was talking crap about men. You can't find it. But luckily, I got it. And I'm already shadow banned anyway. So we're going to take a look-see. So this is my video that I covered on Andrew Tate and his website that he had for cam girls, and that he was preying on weak men. Okay, see, the BBC and the media wants to make it all about women. No, I truly believe that all women, especially in this society, these women have a price. And you either pay for it up front or you're paying for it later. I'm trying to talk to the young men that are following this man and help them realize what kind of man you're following. Okay? And yes, this is very biased. Normally I'm not biased, but in this point between Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate, I'm very biased. Because because Kevin Samuels He was more for men finding the right woman to marry and have children with. Andrew Tate just want boys to be men that's fucking the chicks that they want to fuck. Society doesn't need another player, man. And look, if you're the type of guy that you want to be single and do what you want to do, that's fine by me. But it's not going to help society. It's only going to end with more breaking hearts. So this is it, because I can't find this clip that I used. I can't find it anymore. But this is it.
I made a lot of money off vices, the vices of the week. Men fall in love with women online, send all the women their money, they give all the women to me. Sorry, wait, yeah, that's true. I do have all the women, but I also have all the money. So it's a very simple.
Like I said, these are his words. He's dead serious, and this is what he said. He said he made money off of vices off of weaker men.
Simple. It's a diagram. Let me draw you a diagram, because it results in me being a G. Let me draw something for you. So basically, this is me at the top. Tate, being the man. Below me are chicks. You can see I drew some titties and a very pretty smile. And below the chicks are men that coincidentally look a lot like you guys, otherwise known as geeks. And what the geeks would do, so here's the diagram. You have me at the top, Tate's amazing things right. You have me at the top, you have the chicks below, this is one chick, but there can be many, and then you have the geeks. And what would happen is the geeks sent their money to the chick, and the chick gave her money to me, because I'm the top of the motherfucking food chain. So the geeks gave their money to the chick, and the chick gave her money to me, and this is all based on a hierarchy. Basically because I'm an unquantifiable force of nature, because I'm such a brilliant individual, because I'm such a masterful human, I don't have the weaknesses that other people have. So the geeks were weak for the chick, so gave the chick money, and the chicks were weak for this dick, so gave me money, because I'm a motherfucking G.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause. Yes, yes, past Sam B. I am going to stop on this because I want people to understand, and you Andrew Tate fans out there, you must really like to be bothered. To be lied to. I think a lot of fans, boys and young men or men that are fans of Andrew Tate, I truly believe that you guys have this, you have a level of feminine energy towards this man where it's literally disgusting. It's disgusting, honestly, how a lot of you guys salivate over this man. You never even met him, okay? And like I said, for anyone who thinks I'm hating on this guy, how can I hate on somebody I never met, for one? Okay? It's called being called out. It's called, public access. Andrew Tate has given us public access to who he is and what he's about. Now, I only played that clip of Kevin Samuels because I want people to make a decision. Who's the better mentor? Out of everything you've heard. Now, granted, this might be a little choppy, maybe a little hard for people to follow. I get it. I'm running on 30 minutes now. But what are we going to do as men? As middle class to lower class men? Okay? You can't have somebody like Andrew Tate because he wants to uphold the men he believes are worth his time and also charge these men. But guess what? Put in the comments. Let's see what happens because, see, I'm not done here. I'm not done by a long shot because, see, I believe that Kevin Samuels was taken out way before his time. And when I say taken out, I mean that in a literal sense, taken out. But that's for another video. I believe that a lot of these cats out here, now they want to talk about the female Kevin Samuels and all this bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that. Because, see, this is what happens when a black man finally steps up and say what needs to be said. He gets taken out. You see, they don't have Andrew Tate taken out. You know why? Because he's adding to the chaos. He's adding to the confusion. You got all these guys. You got the Whatever podcast. You got this guy, you got Fresh and Fit, okay? Myron Gaines, okay? An admitted ex-FBI agent, okay? Clown dude. You know he's a damn snitch. Why would you listen to somebody that's an ex-FBI agent? Okay, he's already integrated into a system that is here to control every thought of your brain. Why would you listen to somebody like that? Yes, this is Sam B. This is the Tune Up Show, and I ain't done by a long shot. And I'm out of here. Peace.